We said in the channel before that the DW-H5600 is the best watch release, not just G-SHOCK, but watch release of 2023 so far. However, here are 5 truths that we G-SHOCK fans may not want to admit about this watch. And stick around till the end to find the reason why we're still going to buy one anyway. Number 5. The size. This new MIP square will be 51 by 44.5 by 17 millimeters. That's over 3 millimeters bigger and thicker than the normal square. That's like adding 2 quarters under the backplate of your watch. As you can actually see on some of these early wrist shots, it's actually going to have some sort of overhang and gaudiness if not paired accordingly with your attire. And that square is definitely not sliding under that cuff. This makes it even larger than the GBD200, the smallest MIP display G-SHOCK has. That heart rate monitor simply adds a lot more thickness to this G-SHOCK, something that's going to be really off-putting for people with smaller wrists. Number 4. MIP Display. G-SHOCK fans have been clamoring for an MIP display on the square design. Ever since the MIP display was introduced on G-SHOCKs, the clarity of the graphics on a negative display has been heaping praises like the Declaration of Independence. Independence from illegibility, that is. G-SHOCKs have been known to be very difficult to read under daylight if it has this negative display configuration. The G-SHOCK Square community, being one of the biggest supporters of the G-SHOCK collecting culture, dreamed for years to have this feature on their beloved Square. The closest thing that they got was this aforementioned GBD200, which takes a considerable amount of mental gymnastics to imagine as a G-SHOCK Square. Come on G-SHOCK, how hard is it to just make a module with all of the basic G-SHOCK functions we all know and love and display that in all its MIP glory? Please. Number 3. Fitness Tech. The new Square can measure quite a few stuff such as your blood oxygen level, cardio load, heart rate, sleep measurements, and calories burned, to name a few. But that's nowhere near what the GBD H2000's amount of sensors and fitness features. Let's admit it, G-SHOCK created this line to jump into the fitness bandwagon that Fitbit, Garmin, and ultimately Apple has been occupying. There stands the logic of being known as the toughest watch on the planet should be good enough for fitness activities. However, what G-SHOCK's best fitness model has to offer is not as advanced or accurate compared to its competitors. Strip this down for a smaller case and you're making an even less capable fitness watch. G-SHOCK definitely has a long way to go even to catch up against Garmin. That's a cue for the second truth. Garmin does fitness watches much better. In my previous video that's somehow in YouTube purgatory at the moment, I praised the 11-mount power reserve of this new DW-H5600. It turns out Garmin has already been making solar-assisted fitness watches that has a ton of onboard sensors that virtually doesn't need to be charged ever, as long as you wear it during regular daily use. There are tests upon tests that you can find on YouTube about Garmin's amazing tracking and fitness devices. Their app is great and you don't need to turn off their sensors to get that unlimited battery life. The charging issue against smartwatches is still ever so present, but Garmin is the closest to what G-SHOCK wants to achieve of having advanced tech with less charging. And the number one truth that G-SHOCK fans would try not to admit is the price. The DW-H5600 is actually expensive. At $300, this is twice the GBD200's cost and about 54 Happy Meals more than a regular Square. Let's level our G-SHOCK heads for a moment and contemplate. You're most likely buying a heart rate monitor that you don't need. You're connecting your watch to a subpar app to your phone. You're now going to have to charge your watch every now and then when all you wanted was an MIP display. All that for $300. Knowing G-SHOCK, they will also keep this pricing until they inevitably release a cheaper, more bare basic model in the future. This may lead some to wait until they could get this at a discount. Now, amidst all those truths, many fans like me will be buying this at day one. Because we, the audience for this watch, are not fitness trackers. Yes, I'd like to think that I'm one fit pirate, but I collect these watches for its iconic design. This distinct bezel and case profile, along with its famous strap, culminates to a really collectible watch. This is literally aesthetics desire at its most vain sense. And that's okay. Watch collecting is men's fashion infused with impractical sentiments. As much as fitness fans collect records for their sporting achievements, we collect these watches for their visual appeal. And that is why we're still going to buy this unreasonable fitness tracking DW-H5600. Make no mistake about it, this MIP Square is designed and created specifically for the G-SHOCK Square enthusiast. That is why it's been touted as one of those 40th anniversary models. What do you think? Are you going to be like me, buying one of these on day one? Or are you one of the many who's going to wait until you get it at a discount? Either way, you're going to enjoy this, even though you may not be a fitness fanatic. And for those of you who flocked into the channel because of the comparison with the Garmin, yes, I do agree that the Garmin Instinct is one of those really good watches for the tech, and man, for you not to plug it in is really something that all smartwatch enthusiasts really want to get into. However, the only thing missing for that is the collectability. So please, Garmin, make something that's a little bit more iconic to look at or to collect, and you might have something in your hands. But so far, for now, G-SHOCK fans, we remain loyal to our brand, and this watch pirate will remain a G-SHOCK fan until Garmin convinces me otherwise. My hair is like growing out wildly now.